Hey guys, welcome to Taking the Wheel, Living with Intention. My name is Jeremy and I am your host today, and probably always on this show. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about the difficulty that humans have of taking their own advice. This is something that I've been thinking about recently. I am awful at this. I feel like that maybe this is a haughty thought or prideful. I surely hope not. But I feel like for the most part, I do have some decent advice from time to time for even the situations in my own life. But so often, I'm not willing to take that same advice. I live in I work in the health field. And people ask me questions throughout the day about how do I make this feel better? How do I make that feel better? And I give them advice and try to stay active. And yet, I struggle so much myself staying active. I feel like I live a fairly healthy life, but being consistent about going to the gym on the days that I need to go to the gym, that's a little easier said than done, right? Well, we kind of live in a world where advice is everywhere. We have advice givers all over the internet, everywhere we look, and yet none of these people really have it figured out either, and neither do I. I think to Matthew chapter 7 verse 1, it's oftentimes quoted, and people are always looking at other people and giving themselves advice, and they're not focusing inward. Isn't that what it's about? I think that's so much about what the Bible is talking about. Look at yourself, test yourself, see if you're approved of God. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's so inward, is it not? I feel like I struggle a lot by looking outward and not looking enough inward. And I think that that's something that we can all improve of, namely this podcast, right? I mean, I give myself advice to get up, do this podcast, prepare for it, go and get up on time to get it out to the public, because it's something that I love to do. And I know that I'll be happier when I do it. And yet, when that time rolls around to get up, I struggle so much to actually get up, and I give myself excuses to not have to do that. Listen to yourself. Listen to your own advice. I think us as humans, for the most part, if we have common sense, we know what we need to be doing, right? We know what the best decision would be, and yet we ignore that. God gives us a conscience. God gives us common sense. God gives us the ability to reason. And yet we ignore that so often. We listen to the world. We listen to our own desires rather than our own smarts. So I would encourage you, as I try to encourage myself, to listen to your own advice. Listen to what you know is right. Listen to what you know is best for you, and truly apply it to your life. Be a better person. Be better each and every day by listening to your own advice. This is one thing that thankfully I've been able to do thus far since the new year, or a little bit before the new year. Been better about Bible reading. I've been better about some prayer time, that type of thing. And so I've listened to that advice. I probably listened to that advice because I recognize how crucial that is in my walk with God, in my walk through this world, and its benefit to me. What about the other things in my life? Far less important. Am I listening to myself there? So again, listen to yourself as I try to listen to myself. Follow your own advice, then look outward. But I think so often we have the answers right in our own head if we're willing to listen. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. I hope this is helpful for you. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and all of these, as always, will be uploaded onto YouTube, and you can find us on there. Take the wheel. Live with intention. We'll talk to you next time.